or whether it's just Gen.G wanting to make sure they mix up the experience as much as possible.
Well, on the side of not mixing things up, it will just be Gen.G still on the blue side, but they do change things up by taking away the Lissandra, denying that here from Kuzan.
How interesting that the Ornn hasn't been banned again.
I know, right?
Wow.
I mean, Ornn would have actually been somewhat more impactful in that game since it went beyond 30 minutes.
Hey, that's true. Also, maybe there would have been a
They
top
knew.
laner instead of a Vayne.
Yeah, that is also true. Lucian will be banned on blue again, and then Akali and Gragas. So it seems like it's just going to be very similar bans for Team Dynamics thus far. Syndra to round things out for Gen.G in the first round.
Misfortune could be banned here, or they could ban the Elise also. It was Gragas, Akali, and Elise for Team Dynamics in Game 1. But see what they do decide to do. It's taking their time, and the Elise will be the decision.
Yep.
So not too much of a mix-up. And Rek'Sai lock-in. Okay.
Oh. Okay, well, this is very interesting then for Gen.G. So they get the Rek'Sai, they forgo the Misfortune pick at the start. So Dynamics would kind of expect them to just go ahead and pick up MF for FaZe.
Yep, they can go MF center if they want to even. They could decide to go for a center. However, Gen.G, it feels like they're happy to flex between the two. I think if Dynamics really want to mess with Gen.G, they'd have to lock center support in, and I don't know whether I like it too much. Paired alongside the Misfortune. And the Olaf is going to be picked, so not going to be into a Lee Sin or anything like that. Center just insta-locked like we were expecting. And Kellen, it's his turn to play Sir Thomas Kench.
Okay, so will be the Senna ADC for Ruler down there in the bottom lane, backed up by Tom Kench, who was taken off the board by Gen.G in the second half of bans for game number 1. So what's the final pick here in the first half going to be for Team Dynamics? So far, just going to be that ADC in jungle. They already know the support for Gen.G. I would say lock a support down before those bans start coming through.
Here we go.
And it will be Pyke.
And this is one of Guga's favorites. He's been spamming this recently. Does like to get it working. And of course, alongside Misfortune, it's a lot of extra damage in the earlier stage of the game, and the all-in potential is going to be there. They are going against the disengage god himself, Sir Thomas Kench. But when you've got all that grey health to deal with, having the death from below certainly helps out. You can be ignoring those shields entirely, and Guga might be able to pick up some of these resets. So a lot of fun to be had potentially on the bottom side of the map.
Well, with the LeBlanc ban, Gen.G has effectively neutered Kuzan's favorite picks.
Yeah, that's 4 bans against Kuzan, so a lot of respect to him.
I've taken those away. So Kuzan going to be a sad boy. We'll have to see what he wants to do. For now, though, will be Camille banned away by Team Dynamics. Really thinking about the final one. It's going to be Orianna away from BDD. So a lot of mid-focus coming out here in the second half. Gen.G have one more if they want to throw that at Kuzan yet again. Or if they want to try to target Rich in the top lane, perhaps. Yeah,
none of the favorite control mages actually available. The Syndra and Orianna both being taken away. And to a lesser extent, I guess, the Lissandra, and then along that line, the Rise is going to be taken down. So 5 for 5 as far as bans potentially aimed at Kuzan. Bit of a flex there, and if you ban mid laners against a team that has 2 mid laners on it, you're going to be doing double duty. Yeah. Not bad at all.
Seems like a pretty solid strategy.
High value. And of course, Gen.G, knowing Rich and Kuzan very, very well, just choose to ignore the rest of the team, as Mordekaiser is going to be picked away from Gen.G this time. I was actually wondering whether or not the priority on the Mordekaiser would go up, because of course BDD, MVP performance in Game 1. But it slips all the way through after the 10 bans and will be picked up, and the combo of Mord and Rumble is going to be denied here potentially by Gen.G 5 seconds before that is confirmed.
Yeah, seems like this will just be the likely lock-in for them. And there you have it. So one final pick.
It needs to be Kiana, right?
Would be a huge one. I mean, they already have adequate AP damage with the Rumble there, so can just go ahead and stack up some extra AD.
I don't know whether they're wanting to pick the Kiana blind. That might be difficult. However, you can theoretically flex it between Rascal and BDD. 4 seconds to go, and Talia, an old favorite. BDD was known as that Talia one trick moving into the LCK, very similar to that of UCal when he turned up. She's just pretty good in the hands of this gentleman. It's going to be a lot of AP damage and also a lot of ability to create the space that you want to fight in. You can use the Equalizer for that, and you can use the Weaver's Wall as well.
Well, something that has kind of slipped through the cracks of the draft is the Cassiopeia, which we have seen banned several times. We've also seen it picked up, so we'll be locked in for that mid lane.
Yeah, and has been very potent in that mid lane as well. KuZan demonstrating that for us yesterday, definitely. But KuZan is a legacy Cassiopeia player. He's been known to Snake Lady quite often. And it's once again going to be Team Dynamics utilizing this Mordekaiser plus another, high DPS magic damage dealer to go alongside. So a lot of damage here on the Team Dynamics side with an Olaf there as well to pair with it and just cause a ruckus. Not a lot of hard CC unless you're going to be landing the Petrifying Gaze effectively, but so much slow, so much ability to control and chase down your opponents with these particular champions, especially after that Rylai's is complete for the Mord.
Well, yet again, a bit of a different draft coming through for both of these squads. Always good to see. We'll kind of stray away a little bit from the cookie cutter. Excited to have the Pyke in the bottom lane as well for Guger. We'll have to see if they can find success now that FaZe is actually going to be on an ADC rather than Aurelia that struggled a bit in the earlier stages of game number 1. So definitely potential here for Team Dynamics has shown in game 1 that they can put up a fight. Can they do it now in game 2 and try to extend us into a game number 3? Deny us from that long break between the next series. We're going to find out as we jump onto the Rift yet again. There we go.
We found them.
Yeah, they arrived. They just had, the train was delayed. It took them a little while. They got stuck in traffic.
Yep, they just hated the team comp in game number 1. They're like, no, we're not cheering for this. There's no way they win.
I'm not cheering for this abomination.
Oh, but look at this. Rich
so
deciding on the correct skin.
Clint's like, here, I'll hold still this time. You can actually hit me with the undertow.
Nailed it. Bone Skewer not going to be so lucky as Gen.G just going to be freely moving into the enemy jungle, having just spotted the entirety of Team Dynamics making their way over. And I do want to talk about these compositions as far as what they're going to be trying to do, because this game is going to be a little bit more fun when it comes to, I guess, how these comps run. Last game, Team Dynamics had the weird Exhaust Aurelia that couldn't really split push, couldn't really clear waves in the mid lane, and wasn't really working out. And now we've got Teamfight Comp versus Teamfight Comp. Not a lot of range on either side, but certainly a hell of a lot of damage, and especially consistent damage for both teams. Things like Flame Spitter as well as the Twin Fang on either side just means that the magic damage will be pouring forward. Not to mention that Talia and the Mordekaiser also having a lot of options there. Plus, Senna and MF do seem to be the favored AD carries of this particular preseason patch. So very excited to see who can get the first leg up in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we had a ban away in game 1, and I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't seen as much prevalence on the Leona and the Thresh picks. Throw out the hook, throw that Zenith Blade, try to get a lockdown. Already though, really doing some nice damage to FaZe. But straying away from it, going for more aggression for the side of Team Dynamics and the safety there for Gen.G rather than that hard CC. It could make for some very interesting team fights, as you're saying. And that's the hope. That's the dream.
Yeah.
More fighting. Speaking of which.
Yeah, Kellen actually moving really far up. And we were toting Kellen as sort of the more aggressive support, especially in this tournament. Was previously Ro8's sidekick on the Jin Air of 2019. And has since now moved over to Gen.G. And in his debut game on the Blitzcrank was actually playing some really clean League of Legends.
I'd say that's a level up.
Yeah.
Going from Jin Air to Gen.G.
True. However, that lane was the one saving grace for Jin Air. Ro8 and Kellen actually did look pretty strong.
Oh, is that their job, was just saving grace, the mid laner?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a really difficult task, to be honest.
I'm proud of myself for remembering that, but here we go. Flash in, the knock-up coming through. FaZe going to be popping that heal to try to survive. The Devour comes in. They deny the kill on Eclid, at least for now. Guger just can't quite do it. Cannot get that kill. And Gen.G with the reset are able to just go ahead and waltz back out from underneath the tower as if nothing happened at all.
Yep, and stealing the plate away on the way out as well. Even Clid throwing out A cheeky prey seeker is,
Yeah, he's waiting here in the barrage. Does have that smite available. Undertow will get the connection. He'll go ahead, pop the smite. It's going to be the flash forward in for the chase over the wall now. Coming through from the pike. Cougar still has that flash available. Devour is there yet again. Can they turn this around, however? And Cougar now going to have to be running away. BDD going to be collapsing through from the mid lane. They're looking for the Olaf, and they will find him. Double buff handoff going through to BDD. Suddenly 2-0 in the first 4 minutes, not even for Gen.G.
Oh dear. That's a big yikes for Team DYN's.
A little bit catastrophic.
It just shows how good Clit is when he has the protection of a Tomcat.
A lot of damage. Rich, you might want to flash away. He does so. The overheat is there, giving him a bit of a reprieve, and he makes it behind the minions in time. But playing on a knife's edge with that one is Rich with this Mordekaiser. Already going to be forced out of the lane before he gets much gold.
It was very aggressive from Rascal. However, he was behind in farm just a little bit. Let's have a look at this fight. You saw the target selection. FaZe gets exhausted, immediately cleared, flashes on top of him despite having Gugur as the target that was closer. And the target selection actually throughout everything was really beautiful, showing that Gen.G already have that communication pretty lined up, which is something that we saw demonstrated in the GC Busan series as well. Rascal up here hasn't actually backed just yet. He's got this big minion wave to deal with as Rich will teleport his way back up towards the top side. That means he might be able to get a potential cheater recall here, but he's only picked up a couple of farms since heading back home again, so probably doesn't want to do that. And Ruler will lock down these little souls hanging out on the ground.
Showing patience. Don't want to be shoving that wave up into the tower unless they have some support. Yeah, just go ahead and chip away here.
FaZe not actually choosing to go home just yet, and he's actually behind by a long way because, of course, Guga had to spend some time back in base.
Yeah.
Has himself the boots completed now, but Seismic Shove going to go wide here in the mid lane as we check out BDD versus Kuzan. Double buffs now on the Talia will make things very difficult. And as we go down the lanes, you can see already the bottom lane that we've been checking out mostly with the Dark Harvest Senna. It has been Ruler's favorite. There's been so many different Senna runes being picked up. We saw Guardian for the recent support Sennas, but Glacial Augment has been a favorite for Senna AD carries, unless you're Ruler, who does like the Dark Harvest for the more aggressive option.
Yeah, I mean, insane wave build up here for Ruler, getting this push into the tower, so just looking for that next turret played. And they will be able to find it. Boneskewer will connect on to Kellen, but he'll be quite all right as they just keep moving forward.
Yeah, the extra range with this passive that Ruler's been able to utilize for Harass is really starting to do a bit of a number on the lower range of Team DYN's. As we pay once again some attention towards the bottom side.
Weaver's Wall across here as BDD gets right up into their face, misses. That Seismic Shove onto FaZe, however, so the TP not really going to be netting any kills, but the wave is thinned out as well, so now they're going to be netting them a turret.
Yeah, actually gets them nothing.
Let's go 3-man Dragon. Pick up the mountain first.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to have to be played. They're going to lose a plate up top, maybe two, as Rascal will take a bit of time. Scrap Shield will boost him up just a little bit, but he doesn't have boots yet, so first plate has been picked up by Rich.
Oh, Rich getting that golden suit, of course, with this King of Clubs as Ruler. Gets a cheeky little Piercing Darkness down after, just before, the Devour comes in. Mountain Drake is going to be secured, so now Team DYN's know that the Rek'Sai is in the area. Won't be able to play too aggressively, but look at that. Just Ruler, every single time he has that available, he's just shooting Guga in the face with it.
Yep.
Guga does have a lot of health regen just by being Pike. As at least Kellen can try and keep that one lower down with the Tongue Lash. Haven't seen too much here from Gangnam, who's not able to actually create any distance as far as the camps that he's been able to take as this Olaf. He's got his top side to clear out, but Clit has just been farming up alongside him very comfortably, despite tower diving a couple of times and being able to grab a few kills.
Yeah, I mean, if you have gank in your name, I feel like you need to be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, you probably need to gank more, right?
Really living up to that one.
I mean, we are in Gangnam right now.
Yeah, we're close enough.
You know, that's the funny pun that he's gone for here, is Clit gets the knockup.
Yep, knockup coming through. Seismic Seismic Slam, Shove, whatever it is.
Seismic Slove!
Slove.
He got sloved. He certainly did get sloved.
Seismic Slav. Anyway, perfectly timed.
Yeah, really, really clean.
And they get the kill. What can I say, guys? I'm going to mess up a couple times. It's been a while since
No,
I've
I
cast League
loved
of
it.
Legends.
I like the Seismic Slove. I don't want to rename.
I've cast League of Legends twice for the KeSPA Cup, and then since then it's been a year and a half. And here we go. Another dive down into the bottom side of the map. Flash forward, gets a knock up here on a phase. He's going to be flashing away, but Clid has plenty of damage, and Kellen is taking up the tower. Sliver of HP remaining. Ult going to come out, not going to connect. But there you go. Clid, his shot flies straight and true, and they find it, and that's going to be a double kill now for the Rek'Sai. 4-0-1.
Yeah, Clid is pretty damn good at League of Legends, guys. That's what I want to make you aware of. You guys knew that when you were watching T1 last year, and that's no different now that he's moved to this Gen.G roster. These guys just feel like they've come together so quickly, though.
Absolutely.
It's really, really scary. We're going to have a look at it again.
I mean, the juggling of the tower aggro has just been beautiful from Gen.G this entire time.
Guga sidestepping that was actually pretty clean.
The shot was
moves
cleaner.
out of the dangerous part of the ult, the Dawning Shadow. Not a fan of the name, to be honest. What is a Dawning Shadow? How does a shadow dawn? It
really
doesn't really. I feel like it does the opposite.
Yeah, it starts going away.
Yeah. It's quite strange.
I don't know. I guess the designer didn't listen to like Batman.
Yeah.
Dark is just before the dawn.
Ouch.
Yeah, there's going to be another shove coming through. Jump on as Ragnarok gets popped, but Clid is here to support, so we'll just go ahead and be a disengage from the side of Team Dynamics. So, Ganknam trying his best, but he's just not able to make it happen.
And Phase Rush moved BDD so extraordinarily fast.
Yeah.
Just not a lot of options there. You can't really blame
Another
Gangnam
shove
for that
coming
one.
through.
The Slug
coming through. He's looking for Kuzan. Gangnam is just getting ripped apart by Clid. Here comes the ult. He's going to be taken down. So the 1v1 victory coming through for Clid yet again. Now 5 kills and a 400 gold bounty on his head. And Kuzan going to have to consider backing up because Rek'Sai could just come over that wall and knock him up again.
And in fact, everyone on Gen.G just seems to be hunting individual members of Team Dynamics. This game's gone to hell in a handbasket so incredibly quickly. Clid now in his opposition's jungle will be able to take whatever he likes, and BDD is, he's broken into this particular IKEA, and it has no plates left. Apart from the 3 that it already has. Reference wasn't necessarily the best one that I've made thus far.
That took me a second, I will admit.
He's taken crockery away. That was the point.
I liked it a lot. It was good. Oh boy, yeah, this is a brutal one right now for Gen.G. It seems like this has kind of been the trend for the LCK teams overall, is a bit of a shakier game 1 and then just come back in game 2 and just destroy.
Yeah, and it feels like sometimes like the teams are intentionally putting the less comfortable composition as far as players are concerned first up, because last time out it was Life in the first game for Gen.G, and they actually looked much stronger with Kellen. And I thought it might have been because they had more aggression available on the bottom side, but now it's sort of a complete mix-up. It was Hook Champion for Life, now Tom Kench for Kellen, whereas in the earlier series it was very different. We're just going to have a look at Clid completely murder the Olaf. Remember, not Hail of Blades, so a slightly more, I guess, defensive option, less bursty.
Looks very defensive.
Yeah, still able to do that.
Okay, well, they're looking for Ruler. 3, nearly 4 members down here onto the bottom side. The Bone Skewer will connect, but that's going to be the lockup coming in. The Pike says sayonara. Cougar taken down now. The Weaver's Wall right in from BDD just to try to get the kill here onto Richard. Does have that flash available, but it doesn't really have a good direction to flash in. So we'll just be shoved to the side and finished off for yet another kill for the Rek'Sai. Interesting priority by Gen.G, handing everything over to Clid, but this far ahead, yeah, screw it. Go ahead. Just win this game for us. So 6-0-2, and the Rift Herald down into the bottom lane to go ahead and finish off the first tower pre-13 minutes.
Yeah, Gen.G went from a 37-minute game to now on perfect game track. As Shelly smacks down on this turret on the bottom side of the map. There were some plates being picked up on the top side. Mid lane BDD has had this turret's number, steals another plate away. He's going to be able to set up his whole dining room just from this mid lane. And the Cloud Drake is going to be taken here as well. So continuing down that route, 6,000 gold in the lead at 13 minutes. And the pressure seems to never abate as Ruler makes his way towards the mid lane as well to continue shoving waves forward. Vision control is owned by Team Dynamics, moving towards the top side as the Infernal Rift will grace us with its presence.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cougar hovering over the wall.
Doesn't
Rascal.
want anything to do with Rascal. He's going to burn down Agatha.
They need somebody else nearby, but Gangnam is quite far away. Making his way over the jump over.
Yep.
And Cougar won't be able to find anything.
Yeah, can't even steal away that very, very low Agatha there. It was reserved for the Yordle in a machine. FaZe is here picking up these creeps. The ruler is shoving towards him, and bottom side of the map, it's now Rich down there to try and collect these. Essence Reaver almost done for the Misfortune, but he's taken way too much damage here mid.
Oh boy, coming out. Forces the flash from Cougar. He just wanted to get back in the mid lane, guys.
Yeah. Misspoke there just a little bit. Thought it was a Misfortune, but sort of doesn't really matter who it is. Ruler's going to shoot them, and they're probably going to die pretty quickly.
Yeah. Gen.G will not allow any movement around the map.
No.
None of that nonsense.
It's not Team Dynamics map. Not allowed.
It's definitely not.
Oh no, perfect game's gone. Gangnam managed to get a red buff. Oh, disappointing.
Since when did we move the goalposts to that? I've been gone a while, but not that long.
We need to increase the difficulty though for this one.
I mean, the
Dynamics
buffless game is a very rare one, but TP into the mid lane now as Callan takes a bit of damage. Rich pushing forward up underneath the tower. Gonna smack him around, but now he is completely surrounded.
Oh, no,
Does
so
find
close.
the kill, but then they go ahead and they play my favorite song, Smack My Rich Up. He gets taken out, and the rest of the team is trying to retreat. FaZe will be able to slink his way out back behind the tower, barely surviving, but now the perfect game is gone as they have netted themselves a single kill. That's why Rich was inting forward.
Yeah, see? The Death Realm actually working out for the Mordekaiser this time, but like you say, Smack My Rich Up was certainly working out. I believe Kellen was in the Death Realm as, speaking of Death Realm, Gangnam's going to join him. There's the root, going to land onto Guga, but
trying to
he
retreat.
Gets out. Oh god, these shoves, man.
And it's another kill for Clid. Red Buff come up with the kill. This guy is insane right now with the Rek'Sai. Gets pulled in. Small little yoink, but instantly straight back out of there. Another turret
BDD?
Going over, and that will be BDD scooping up the remainder of FaZe's life. Rich just freshly back into lane, already chunked down to half HP. Cougar trying to cheat forward, trying to find a stun, but there is nothing to be found but death and sadness for Team Dynamics.
Oh no, that got really morbid at the end there, but I think you're absolutely right, Kilios. This is, yeah, the fact that there's that one death on the side of Gen.G is the really disappointing part.
Appalling!
You know? Yeah.
Absolutely unacceptable.
I want life back. Sorry, Kellen just not good enough. Absolute feeder. Yeah. As 8,000 gold at 16 minutes. I'd be spamming that surrender button if it was me, but not going to be happening here. For Team Dynamics, this seems to be Gangnam's life right now. Remember, the Olaf was picked into this Rek'Sai. But after the early game, it was picked up by Gen.G and especially Clid orchestrating the dive. Bottom lane, doesn't really matter which champion you are. It's just going to be a really rough time.
Take a look at FaZe getting picked off as well. It's absolutely brutal.
Yep.
Somewhere is a mildly upset LS with his head in his hands.
As the next Olaf is going to bite the dust. Yeah. It's not feeling like this was Dynamics with very much of a hope in this game. Game number one certainly was a better performance for them, and hopefully they can hold on to that one as far as their mental is concerned, moving into Challenger for this year, because, look, they looked better than APK Prince. It's absolutely true. But not better than Gen.G.
There's always that.
Yep, you can hold on to that. You're better than APK Prince.
Oh dear, oh dear.
It's likely to be what Alma Life and KT are saying as well. Or at least we're better than APK Prince.
I think every team.
Well, yeah, they didn't look super great. However, they've got some time to get themselves back into it, and Flawless wasn't actually with them during the KeSPA Cup. Some exciting things, actually, when it comes to rosters and players that are available. Yesterday, we saw the Afrika Freaks. They played really well, but they're still waiting for Ben to turn up. He was, of course, formerly Mystic's support as well, so will be fun to see that old bottom lane reunited.
I like how they're just dropping these unobscured control wards to clear out vision. Like, they know they're going to lose those. Speaking of losing, they might potentially lose this Infernal. Gangnam's going to have to try to go ahead and back away. The damage starting to roll through. Rich cutting them off, and the bullet time shoving them away. The Dragon's certainly now snatchable as the smite is available. Equalizer going to be dropped down. Dragon falling lower and lower, and they will be able to smite that one. So Infernal going to be scooped for Team Dynamics, but is that going to be enough? Rich beating and battering Rascal, trying to find the kill. He flashes away, barely eludes that final shot. And in the meantime, it's going to be BDD taking down Gugurd. Now, they go ahead, they go in with the Tom Catch all pushing forward, and Gangnam will be eliminated, and FaZe has got nowhere to strut his way to. Rascal is in the lane. He's got a sliver of HP, but FaZe has no mana, and is just trying to wrap around the backhand side. Will push forward. Can he execute? I would go for the execute.
Yeah, I was expecting BDD to be able to make it there on time,
Still
and
on
now
vision.
he's walked next to
Still
walls.
In vision, BDD. He's cruising forward. Da-da. Da-da.
Last the shove. I thought the Brambleback was going to troll him enough, because you saw him like walk in and he's like, I've summoned you, Brambleback, please. At least minion block BDD a little bit, but he can surf on walls, man. It was never going to happen. Didn't have his Weaver's Wall available or Phase Rush or anything like that as he was running away, but oh man. BDD is just a joy to watch on Taliyah. He's so comfortable on this pick.
To go back to the cheetah example, that was like watching a gazelle get hunted by a cheetah.
Yeah, I've seen those.
This time the MF was a gazelle.
Yeah.
So still fast, but not fast enough.
And it always ends the same way, doesn't it? You're always thinking that maybe the gazelle can outrun him, but then you're also thinking, I don't want the cheetah to be hungry. You know?
Yeah. It's
They're
just
so majestic.
It's the cycle of nature, you know?
Yeah. And so BDD,
who are we to
the
interfere?
cheetah, is able to at least lock down dinner today. He's once again 404. He's been 404 a few times so far. Both games this series. 704 though is cleared. He is 1 kill away from Legendary. There's still that one death looming.
Yeah.
Which is quite upsetting.
Well, overheat coming through. A lot of damage on the Rich. He'll pop that shield.
Ouch.
Get that health back. Weaver's Wall up to the top lane. Not going to be able to finally cut off. But they're trying. They're just messing with him.
Why?
Because he can.
That's true. I mean, he certainly can.
Why the hell not?
At this point, just celebratory.
Slid over the wall, going to push forward. That's going to be the knock-up. Forces out.
Teleport. Nope.
Gold in there, but that's going to be BDD finding the kill. Now going to be looking for FaZe. Flash over to the side of baiting Rich, but he finally does manage to find that smackdown, so it's going to be the second death now for BDD here in the tournament. FaZe popping the bullet time, but gets leapt on, as it will be Clid coming up with yet another kill. The Devour comes in from Kellen, now going to be taking up the tower, but Rich trying to turn this one on its head. Rascal, he's going to go down as well. A double kill for Rich as he spams the emotes, bragging about it. Can he get more? He will, in fact, be able to find the extended triple kill before being culled by Ruler in the end. 4 kills, essentially gifted over by Gen.G, who are getting a little overzealous. Now Ruler a bit too far forward, flashes away, faces away as well, so will not be gazed on petrifyingly, but will be finished off in the end by the Twin Fangs. And oh boy.
Oh, they're starting to have some fun with this one, Achilles.
It's winding it up.
Yep. The yakety sacks are out in full swing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is also the style that they are playing the yakety sacks as well. As Guga does buy a fair bit of time here for the teleport to come forward, and this is Death Realm, by the way. That's why Rich was not taking too much damage outside of what BDD was throwing out, but BDD takes a turret shot, then flashes into nowhere to go from the Obliterate, and then the extra stats that he provides to Rich is also pretty crucial here, as he's got the W available.
We were so close to Rich maybe getting a pentakill. It wasn't that far off.
Oh, man. And Ruler, the classic buzzkill, comes through yet again to end his fun.
I just love Rich spamming.
Oh, yeah.
Spamming.
Yeah.
Just fantastic to see. He's having a good time. He knows that they're getting the crap kicked out of him right now, but he's still having fun in the moment.
Could you imagine if he was playing Darius and he got to do like the lift up, the axe lift up one?
Balance it on his
been
hand.
So good.
And he balances on his nose, doesn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
It's just like, looks really weird when he's picking that one up, and that's just going to be, before I can even finish my sentence, Cougar getting taken down. Right rock popped, then another retreat for Gangnam.
Not a lot of time to talk about that particular one there, Achilles. Ain't no one going to blame you for that one. Gen.G now at least have some wards down here in this jungle, but they're wandering over one over and over again, so all of that information there. FaZe going to blow the heal out of absolute terror.
Weaver's Wall going to be keeping them in this side of the jungle at least for now, but they'll go ahead and drop that.
They're just waiting for a face check.
Cheating over towards the Baron, so it seems like they'll just say, screw it, why not just start this one up?
Well, if Gangnam actually makes his way over, there is the classic Death Realm Smite combo that Rich can throw out here as long as he gets rid of Clid from this particular fight. But can they actually get over there? Here's the question. He's going to get snared up. This should be the Baron falling.
Yeah, Rich going lower and lower. Can't quite push forward. He's still going to flash in.
Ow.
But will just be taken down. Ruler says no to that one. Baron going lower. And that will just be the smite take here as Clid wraps around the backhand side, looking for some more kills. Push forward, that's going to be the knockoff. And oh my god, the ultimate is absolutely insane from Ruler. Chunks them out, the kills will follow. And Gangnam burning lower and lower, but Ruler finally gets in range, gets his sights locked in, and takes him down for a double kill over to the center. 26-6 in 24 minutes, a 10.6 thousand gold lead. And with Baron empowered super minions, Gen.G will push into the base and knock down these towers and claim series victory.
Yep, this will be the first game. They started having a little bit of fun times.
How much fun are they about to have? Okay, they have to kill off the inhibitor.
The classic respawn.
Yep. I thought they were literally going to just exit the base right now and keep this going.
Rich pentakill.
Yep.
Am I right?
Goes ahead, gets the dragon, but will get knocked through by the seismic shove. And you can see the equalizer dropped in now as Rich does fall. Next is down to half HP. The rest of the members kind of just stuck inside the fountain, can't do anything.